If you want to grow on any social media fast, starting from 0 followers, in this video, I'm going to give you the secret framework I've used to grow my Instagram to over 210,000 followers, my Twitter to over 250,000, my LinkedIn to 45,000, and Threads to over 30,000 followers. As well, I've also used this framework to grow my social media ghostwriting clients by hundreds of thousands of followers. This is a consistent and predictable framework that has taken me over 3 years to master, but you are going to get it for free in the next few minutes. So to show you how to grow on social media fast with 0 followers, I'm going to break it down into 4 simple phases. So step 1 is picking your niche, 2, creating content buckets, 3, generating endless ideas, and 4, applying the viral writing framework. All right, let's get into this. So the first step on how to grow on social media fast with 0 followers is to pick the theme of your account and what you want to talk about. Now, I want you to imagine a tree. And this first step is all about finding the plot of land you want to plant your tree, your beautiful, beautiful tree. And this is where most people screw up. It's important that the theme of your account has 2 things it is aligned with. One is your interests, so what you enjoy learning and talking about. The second thing is market demand, so what other people enjoy learning and talking about. And when you have both, this is called a content market fit. If your account is based on your interests, it'll be easy for you to create content. But if there isn't market demand for that interest, you won't grow or make any money from social media. For example, I may love Icelandic tap dancing, but there's probably not too many people on social media who find that interesting or would pay you for a service or product in that area. If your account is based on market demand, you'll grow easier, but you won't enjoy it, and eventually you'll give up because you won't enjoy creating the content and you'll burn out. Now, the key is finding something you have interest in and has market demand. For example, you may love fitness, and there are a ton of people who are interested in fitness content and that would pay you for a service or product to get them into better shape. And this would be an example of good content market fit. And at the start of your social media growth, I recommend talking mainly about one specific area, one specific topic. Most people starting out try to go super broad, but it makes it hard to grow because they blend in with everyone else. The thing you don't see with a lot of these big creators is they started small and narrow, and then they grew vertical, and then they went broad. Touching on the tree analogy again, think of your specific topic as your tree trunk. And as you grow more and more, you can branch out to more broad topic. But at the start, focus on building a diehard fan base around a specific topic. Over time, as people get to know, like, and trust you, you can talk about whatever you want because they are invested into you as a person. Now, you may be thinking, but I don't know which of my interests have market demand. And if this sounds like you can use this 3-step ChatGPT cheat code to find your niche. So step 1 is to make a list of all of your interests. And this could be psychology, fitness, writing, feet pics, or whatever else. Just list out everything that comes to mind. And step 2 is to go to ChatGPT and use the following prompt. These are all my interests. Insert your interests. For each interest, list out potential topics I can talk about that I can sell a service or a product around. These topics should either make other people more money or improve their health. Do not include anything that doesn't fit this criteria. Now, step 3 is to pick the topics that interest you the most and search social media and Google to find out if there are people selling services or products around that topic. And if there are, this is a good sign that there's market demand for that skill. Now, the second step to grow your social media fast with 0 followers is to create content buckets. So think of content buckets as the roots of your brand. And the entire goal of these roots is to build a social media following of people who know, like, and trust you. And you can do this by creating content around 3 categories that I call the GAP framework. And the GAP framework consists of growth content, authority content, and personal content. And when you create these 3 types of content, it bridges the gap from a stranger to a die-hard fan. It's broken down like this. So growth content is when you talk about popular trends and popular figures. This leverages people's interests from those popular brands and figures, and it drives traffic traffic to your profile. For example, if I was a fitness coach when ChatGPT was trending, I could create content on how to use ChatGPT to create a nutrition plan or a workout plan. Or I could create content that breaks down Arnold Schwarzenegger's workout routine. And since people in your niche have an interest in the growth content you're talking about, you're going to get more clicks on your profile. Now, the A in the GAP framework is authority content. And this is content that shows your competence at what your account is centered around. So things like content that shows people how to solve their pain points or reach their desired goals. It's going to include lessons and tips, or it can include case studies of people you've helped. When you create this type of content, you incentivize people to follow you because you're actively helping the market by giving actionable advice and solving problems. Now, the third pillar of the GAP framework is personal content. So personal content is when you talk about the things that make you unique. Your stories, your worldviews, your deepest, darkest secrets, like the time you accidentally ran over that 12-year-old girl with a shopping cart at full speed who's walking out of the Claire's store in the mall. When you create personal content, you build a deep connection with your audience. And more importantly, you build an audience of true fans who adore you. And this pillar is crucial because all other types of content can be copied, except for your worldviews, your stories, your personality, things like that. And this is what makes you stand out. So to summarize the GAP framework, growth content gets people to know of you, authority content gets people to trust you, and personal content gets people to like you. And these three types of content work together to create a synergistic effect that accelerates your growth more than 99% of accounts. So now that you know the GAP framework, how do you come up with ideas? Sure, you can sit at a computer staring at a blank screen trying to force ideas, or if you're lazy like me, you can use this third step. But before I share what it is, it took me a long time to put this all together for you, so I propose a deal. If you're getting value from this, drop a like and a comment. It takes you 5 seconds and it would go a long way with helping me rank better in the algorithm and help me reach more people and help more people. And if you want more content on social media growth, online business, or self-development, click the subscribe button. I drop videos like this every week. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. The third step to growing on social media fast with 0 followers is to use ChatGPT to generate endless ideas. So go to ChatGPT and type in the following prompt. My target audience is, insert your target audience. Give me a list of my audience's most common and biggest pain points. And after it gives you a list, use the following prompt. Reverse this list into how-to statements. You'll then have a list of endless content ideas to create actionable advice around. And this can be in the form of growth content, authority content, or personal content. Now that we have content ideas, how do you actually write in an engaging way that gets attention and engagement and ultimately grows your social media fast? And this is where the fourth and final step comes in. I came up with this framework to simplify the writing process, and it's what I call the what, why, how framework. And using this framework forces you to cut the fluff from your writing and gives your audience a complete understanding of what you are talking about. So here's how to use the what, why, how framework. So in the first part of your post, tell your audience what you are talking about. In the second part of your post, tell your audience why they should care. And in the third part of your post, tell your audience how to take action. And if you have attention to detail, you'll notice that I literally just use this framework to explain it. Yes, it is a super meta example. Growing on social media fast really boils down to 4 phases. But wouldn't it be better if you can make money from this once you start growing? Well, I made an entire video breaking down how I was able to make $30,000 to $50,000 a month as a college dropout and offer this as a service. In it, I give you a bunch of actionable tips on how you can do the same. So check the video in the description to check it out. And with that being said, I hope you have a kick-ass day. Much love, and I will see you on the next one.